EASKI, grifting as usual. Press play producer IC.
What's good, everyone? Audiolithic Mac, and I'm back with another video. Now, in this video, we're going to tackle the Weinstein paradox. Yes, because our good friend EASKI is still at it again, right? Still mocking people who have jobs, right? Now, in this video, or in this clip right here, we're going to dissect why he hates or despises having a job. I think I have finally found the trauma that has inspired him to be anti-job or anti-Weinstein. Let me press play.
This is where it gets technical. But after you do your 9 to 5, if you say you love your music, you got to put just as much time as you put over there for them, making them money, as you want to do for your own craft. And if you don't, then you can't blame nobody but yourself. So if you put in that type of time and you get...
I hope you have listened to him closely as he spoke, right? He is telling everybody else, right, to focus on their music. Okay, you already have a job, right? And for most people who have a job, music is a secondary hobby, right? And then you have a family and other things that need to be accomplished at the home. See, he doesn't have that luxury. See, his main source of income is your super chats, is your $19 a month, and promoting his gear, right? That's his income. Do you understand? That's his income. So he wouldn't know how to wake up in the morning, go to a job, and earn a living, right? He doesn't understand that aspect. So of course he's going to be totally delusional when it comes to people who work and use their hard-earned money to purchase his gear, to buy his $19 membership, to give him super chats. That comes from working for the Weinsteins, right? Now imagine if those individuals would stop working and just rely solely upon music. Would they be able to get a check every 2 weeks? A guaranteed check every 2 weeks with benefits, 401k, and money, right? Income that gives you credit to your Social Security. See, people like EASKI have one thing that everyone who has a job don't have. What I should say, don't have. He does not have Social Security. So guess what's going to happen to Mr. EASKI once he reaches 60 plus years old? He is going to be in financial ruin. Aww. His Social Security check is probably going to be around $200. And he would have to pay, health care, right? At that age, you're going to be spending about over $2,000 plus on health insurance. So he's already screwed. I'm telling you right now, by not having a job. And of course, no 401k or retirement. He's screwed. But he's telling you to be like me. Quit your job and go full-fledged on this music thing. Yet all of your money comes from a job that you pass to him because he's not working. Let me press play.
Giving them your hard work, you coming away from your kids to work for them to pay a bill, then what are you going to do for yourself? And people never answer that question. How much time do you put in for yourself,
People put in time for themselves. You only work 8 hours a day, and then you have the weekend off for most people. So what are you talking about? Again, more delusion, more just trying to create this hostile and negative sentiment when it comes to having a job. Because let's keep it real. Even if you have a business, that's still a job. Individual typically work for a business owner, right? that business owner is still working as well. It's still a job, despite being a business owner. So again, this validates more of his delusions, right? And obliviousness. But let me continue.
Own company. At some point, you want to say, man, I want to step away from that and run my own stuff. That should be the ultimate goal for anybody, is to be able to run their own company. Who wants to work for somebody else for the rest of their life, and they can fire you, or they're not going to be loyal to you, or they can have you train somebody else to get you up out of there? You know, you get 20 years. I watched my mom go through it. I watched my dad go through it. You know what I'm saying? Getting in positions and they putting in all this hard work, they away from their family, and all of a sudden, oh, we got to get rid of you, and now you start over. Do you know how fucking discouraged that is?
Well, there it is. The trauma. The childhood trauma, or maybe the adult trauma, because he should have been an adult at that point in time. But that's unfortunate for individuals have to go through such. But you still have a job, right? He wasn't mad that his family was putting food on the table from that job, was he? He wasn't mad from all the Christmas gifts and allowances that his parents gave him from those jobs, was he? Was he mad at all? What about the school clothes that were purchased from that job? Was he angered by that? What about all the birthdays and Christmas gifts and Halloween outfits and birthday cake and et cetera and et cetera? Was he mad about that when his parents were working? Like I stated before, this guy is totally delusional, right? And he wants, or his ambitions is to have a community of delusional individuals, right? Now, I'm going to show you a video of an artist who was signed. And let's see what his perspective is when it comes to the Weinstein.
A few moments later.
Now, this is Quincy White. Now, he's an artist, and I want him to tell everyone, the entire audience, his story. I'm going to let Quincy speak so you can get a clear understanding on why it's important to have a job.
Quincy White. A lot of y'all know me as Quincy White, the artist. But what a lot of people don't know is outside of music, I'm an electrician. The whole time I was doing music, I never really had a job. I was, doing shit I wasn't supposed to do in the street, or, working odd jobs, and really didn't have no purpose outside of music. So as I was aging and having kids, I made a decision to go back to school and learn electrical. Probably the best thing I ever did for myself. Because, even though you're working with major artists, you're on major artist projects, you're on TV, you're on TV shows, people automatically assume that you're making that major money. And the artists out there that's looking at this know that's not true. So I had to go do something. So I went to school. I was an apprentice for a few years, and now I am a lead electrician at the company you see behind me, Ampere Electric. So I'm coming here to tell y'all, do what's best for your life. Don't have too much pride to, I can't work and do this. You can work, you can have a career and pursue your passion. And don't let nobody make you feel less than because you got a job or a career. Like, that don't mean you're not successful at your craft or your passion. It's actually going to help with your passion. It's going to help you be more stable. It's going to help you to be more confident, help you to, be able to invest in yourself and not wait for a label or somebody to come save you. So I'm coming on here to tell y'all my story, and hopefully my story helps you. Peace out. 7 in the 10.
You just heard this testimony from an artist signed to a major deal who also has his own production or entertainment company. But what was the key thing he said? Get you a job. You can do both. Because that job, as I stated before, is a guaranteed paycheck to pay your bills. It's also a guaranteed segue into a retirement, a 401k. You're paying your Social Security and Medicare insurance taxes, right? So basically, when you reach retirement age, you're going to have health care where you don't have to spend $2,000-$3,000 a month for health care when you reach 60 plus years old. That's what a lot of you people forget, right? You forget that part. So that's why it's important that you have a job. See, EASKI doesn't have that luxury. So the best way he can get money is from grifting at this point, because he sees having a job as being the lowest of the low. And he frowns on that. He feels that you should have a job, and then he sells you something and you give your hard-earned money to him for nothing tangible in return. That's his belief. You do the work while he just twiddles his thumbs, just like CMT stated. Because recall CMT? CMT did all of the beats, did all of the work. And what did EASKI do? The same thing he's doing now, just sitting down, right? And just talking. That's it. Not putting in the tangible work. So I hope this message resonates to many of you. And shout out to Quincy White. I'm going to leave a link to his Instagram in the comment section so you can follow him. He makes good music, and he's a great individual that we should support, right? Someone who's honest, transparent, and has morals, right? Doing the right thing, went to school, learned the trade, and now guess what? Has his own business as an electrician. Do side work as an electrician. There's a lot of money in that. Doing electrical side work and having your own electrical business. You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket, especially if it's a basket like this whole music thing. Music is a very, very complicated business. And in fact, most investors stay away from it. To be honest, they stay clear away from it. So you really may need to reconsider that. Trying to quit your job. Keep your job and just keep enjoying your passion for music on the side. There's nothing wrong with that. But unfortunately, EASKI doesn't agree with that sentiment. So I leave it up to you to make that decision. Now, in this last video of EASKI, one thing that was kind of interesting that I must point out was this guy named Unique, right? I don't know him personally, but this is a kind of peculiar story to me. This guy literally bought 20 B50s, right? That's around $30,000. But one may ask, okay, so he bought 20 B50s. Well, the problem is he has no other professional gear. So what is the purpose of buying 20 B50s when you don't even own any other professional gear? Now, the mixer he has, I believe, is a Mackie mixer of some sort. But it's not a real high-end mixer, right? So why would you purchase those B50s knowing good and well you don't even have the proper ins and outs and summing to maximize the sound of a preamp? I'm just confused there. And plus, he doesn't even have any real musical equipment. He purchased an MPC 3000 that's been sitting in the box, right? And he has one that he uses. Yet he has nothing posted on the internet. Nothing. Nothing even on social media. So what is the purpose of you throwing away $30,000? What's the purpose? And it got me thinking, was that your life savings, dude? You really think you're going to get that money back, sir? You really assume that you're going to get that money back. And as you can look at the gentleman's face, he's an older gentleman, maybe in his late 40s, 50 maybe. And he fell for the grift. This is what falling for the grift looks like. I really believe this guy is totally oblivious. He really doesn't understand the ramifications of him spending that much money. He actually assumes that he's going to get that money back. This is disheartening for me, to be honest. And this is how dangerous listening to these grifters are. This is the outcome. You just blowing money unnecessarily. This really doesn't make any sense. We're going to cover this mathematically. Mathematically, we're going to cover this. Hold on. Okay, we're going to do the math in real time right here. Real time. Now, one B50, right, can cost around, let me see, what is $14.99? So I'll say about $15.60. Now, he purchased 20 over time. Now, he didn't purchase them all at once, but over time. So that's times 20. That's $31,200. $31,200. I just hope this man didn't blow his entire life savings on B50s, right? And I just hope this was on the up and up as a transaction as well, because who has the audacity to do that when you don't even own any real professional equipment? Who does that? So this is a very peculiar and interesting situation here. You know, it's got me scratching my head, but